So, you know how you always hear about how rural communities just don't have the same opportunities for kids that big cities do? I beg to differ. Here's what I mean by that. Our son is 9 years old, but he's able and capable to drive a skid steer down the road by himself, mainly because he's smart. He's responsible enough to be able to drive it, and he has actually learned how to drive it here under our supervision. That's not something that would happen in a city. Some Karen would freak out saying that there's a kid driving a skid steer. Lift it up some. All right, stop. Now right heel. You want to tilt it back. You want to basically cradle it. There you go. All right, slowly drive backwards. That worked. You're gonna have to lift it up a little bit more probably, buddy. Stop. You gotta lift up a little more. All right, now gently tilt down with your forks to set it down. Lift up a little bit. A little more, keep going. There you go, whoop. All right, now tilt down. All right, now don't do nothing. Just sit still, okay? Think you can get that one on your own without my advice? All right, go for it. So the other key is, it's okay to let them learn. Let him learn. Eventually he's gonna get to a point where he's like, oh, Dad, I can't get it on my own. I need your help. And if he gets to that point, I'll help him. But until then, we're gonna let him attempt to do dangerous things carefully. Bring you guys to this side so you can see a little better. I'm gonna give him this. In his defense, one of those forks is bent down, so it's making it a little bit more difficult. But it looks like he got it. Holy smokes. Oh man. I want you to set that on this corner. We're gonna get a better angle. We're gonna come down here. There's not millions of people watching you on the internet, so there's nothing to be worried about. Okay, just checking. Back up more. A little more. There you go. Now tilt down. Now lift up. It's starting to go. I think you got it. Ha! All right, can you push it a little bit? Or, never mind, I got it. Stop, that's it. You can't go any farther. You're on. Huh? Those are for if we have attachments hooked up. Those hydraulic lines on the front, that clamshell, remember how we can open it, close it? Or like the tree shear where we can just cut the tree off? That's what those switches are for. we're done playing with the skid steer in the pasture. It has been raining pretty much for the whole week. We got a little over 5 inches of rain. I'm sure you can see this water right here behind me. There's standing water about everywhere. The sheep only have about 6 days to go before they go in the shed or in the barn. Now, in your time, it's going to look like, you know, about 20 minutes before they go in the barn, because not this video, but next video, they should be going in the barn. Let's go, mamas! Come on, time to go! Hang on, let me check and see what your friends are up to. Let's see. I almost made a boo-boo. I forgot that I need to shut this other gate up there by the garden. I've been a little busy and preoccupied with a sump pump that quit, so the underneath the crawl space of our house was filled with about 2 feet of water. Whoa. I guess since I had to walk back over here, may as well do a little comparison between the pastures. So overall, this is what the pasture that the sheep are in right now looked like whenever they walked in. Obviously there's some low spots. There's going to be because our pastures are not perfectly even growth because we don't fertilize them. The sheep spread their manure anywhere that they like to hang out more. It is obviously going to do better. So kind of a before for you. And for reference, it is December 14th. All right, you girls ready to move? We're serious this time. I got all the gates shut. Back. All right. Go on. 1, 2 lambs. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Perfect. But I showed you that pasture over there and what it looked like before because I want to show you the comparison. So this, 5 days of them being on this pasture, and as you can see, again, there are definitely spots that have been eaten down more than others. Like this spot really didn't get eaten on much. However, when we walk up here, pretty good little example right here actually. So eaten down quite a bit in comparison to the rest. Now this brown stuff that you see right here, this is sage grass. They won't eat that. Even when it's growing and it's green, they don't eat it. I don't know if it's bitter. I'm not real sure what the deal is. They just don't like it. This area here obviously has been eaten down quite a bit as well, and then everywhere over here. Remember how I said it was real wet this week? This is the high ground of this pasture, so they've stayed up here because obviously they don't want to stand in water. I don't blame them, I wouldn't either. And they also don't want to have their, you know, wherever they're bedding at, so to speak. You know, I wouldn't want to lay in a puddle of water. Sure you wouldn't either. Overall though, they still had quite a bit left. The horses are not going to eat the sage grass either. We are going to fertilize eventually. So this was the first year that our farm paid all of its bills on its own and didn't have to dip into our paychecks from our full-time jobs. Now, probably not this year, maybe not even next year, but in the near future, we are going to fertilize and get this evened out. Now, if prices were like they were in 2020, yes, we would fertilize because it'd be affordable. But unfortunately, the prices are at right now, it's just not affordable. I don't know how well this is going to pick up on the camera, but this is all packed in mud, and this is just from probably one, maybe two sheep walking over here because I can see the hoof prints. As a matter of fact, you can even see my footprint right there, that outline of mud. So another reason that we do like to confine them during the winter, it saves our pastures. And they're not out here picking at all the grass as it's growing up, because what it looks like right here, right? This is kind of what all of our pastures would look like. They'd pick every little piece of grass all the way down. And unfortunately, while yes, it does feed them some in the winter, it makes it really slow growth come springtime. We want those blades to be larger and give it a chance to recoup and start going again. Sounds like the horses are coming up. Looks like they're ready to move too. What are you doing, Red? Careful. Coming in hot, buddy. Whoa, honey, look at you go. You two are running right into each other. You're gonna move. Yeah, you're gonna move here in a few minutes. You too, honey. Yeah, both gonna move. But first I can eat that water trough. Do not knock that camera down. Red, leave that alone. You're gonna break it. Killing me, buddy. There. Let's take this one with us. Guess we can dump this out and make a difference. There's water everywhere anyway. You guys here in a few. Red, let me in ornery. Red, leave that alone. No, Red. Oh. You're a wild animal, dude. I don't know what's gotten into you. Is it the weather change? You don't like the wet, cold weather? You're probably wondering why I don't have the side-by-side out here to move all this stuff around, since it's a longer move than normal. And it really all just comes down to the fact that it's very muddy. The side-by-side probably wouldn't make, it might make a little ruts, but it won't be anything deep. And it's still just not worth it. It's easier just to pull it. If you haven't noticed, we have changed cameras and the mic that you can see actually right here, right by my neck. I hope it's making better quality videos for you all. I know that the wind, it's just windy here a lot. I don't really have a good answer to it. We tried some other mics, we tried some covers for the cameras, it just didn't work. And then the GoPros, they just don't work well at all when it's cold out. The battery lasts us about 15 to 20 minutes. I don't know why. I've tried new GoPro batteries, I've tried knockoff GoPro batteries. It just, I don't know. GoPros don't work well for us in the cold especially. So I'm gonna move these two and then probably call it a video. It's unhooked. All right, come on, let's go. Go through. No, honey, go through the gate. Come on. Go through the gate, guys. Come on. Come on. Good boy. Good girl, honey. You are so muddy, dude. What are you doing out there, huh? So I did lie to you. I think I said that next video we'll be moving them into the barn. It's actually going to be 2 videos. We have quite a bit to get ready. Unfortunately, the whole sump pump situation set me back quite a bit, and I am very behind on having the barn ready. And then the other thing is that our boys basketball team, they wanted to play basketball in the barn for their end of season celebration. So that's what they're going to do. And then right after they get done with that, we're going to start throwing the bedding down and move the sheep in. Hope you enjoyed that sunset that you probably can't see that well on camera. But thanks for watching. Have a blessed week. We'll see you next time.